I'm very pleased today to have as my special guest a man who earned his PhD in physics at the University of Wisconsin, his MD at the University of Michigan. He's board certified in radiation oncology. David Mantik, welcome. David, on number 5, this is perhaps your most celebrated research result. Would you please discuss it?
Here we see the white patch outlined and labeled. It lies on the back of the head. Of course, you can't tell from which side it's on here because this is an X-ray. This is extremely white. When I first saw these images as published in books, I was very impressed with this because it seemed far too white to be part of an ordinary skull. And in fact, we can compare this lateral to a similar lateral taken of JFK while he was still living, and there is no white patch there. The white patch is also not found on any of the patients that I've examined, and I've looked at lots of them. And Doug DeSalles collected 19 similar X-rays from an autopsy collection, and he and I examined these, and we never saw anything like this. With the optical densitometer, I was able to measure just how dense the bone was in this area, and it was almost as dense as the Petrus bone, which is also identified in this slide. And that implies that that portion of the skull is almost completely bone from left to right. So one could even conclude that JFK was a bonehead at this site.
Yes, and what appears to have happened is that in order to conceal the massive blowout to the back of the head reported by more than 40 different witnesses, including the massive experienced physicians at Parkland Hospital, some kind of patch was imposed that you were able to discover using a technique from physics.
There's only one possible interpretation. This is a copy of the original X-ray. It is not the original X-ray.
David, in general, as we sum up your research, you have established that all of the X-rays the National Archives maintains are original JFK X-rays are fabrications, alterations, not originals.
Well, just the skull X-rays. There are 3 skull X-rays, and there's very powerful evidence that all 3 have been copied and or altered. I think they've actually all 3 been altered.
David, I can't thank you enough for your magnificent contributions to the study of the death of JFK.